No, they're gonna do something different. This is just for the goalkeepers. They're gonna do similar but different.
So we're
okay.
filling this out, or you guys?
So you are gonna fill this out, right? You understand what it says, right? Just put your name on it, and 1 to 4, answer everything down. I want to see how you evaluate yourselves, okay? I want to see your self-assessment, and then coaches and I are gonna take it, and we're gonna, do our thing, and we'll see where we are, okay? You're also gonna be getting, training stuff, all kinds of different things. As I'm bringing it in, you just load them up. Again, I just got it started for you. You can just go to, the bookstore and get some sleeves, whatever. I don't care how you do it. But make sure you have it with you all the time in the bag, okay? Because we're gonna read back to it, because I wanna keep you accountable. So from the first day, which is tomorrow, till the end of the season, we're gonna look back, okay? Off you go. Please make sure you read the passages. It's important, because we're gonna reflect back on it, okay? All right, we're gonna have our little meeting here. You guys want to sit on top of there, so you're not sitting on the ground? Oh, and then by the time they get done, we're gonna do a little. No core today. How's everybody sore? You guys are good. Oh, then we'll do a core. Legs are sore.
They're not really sore. My legs are just a little extra tired today, but.
Okay. So then, what I have planned is my little half-hour fitness. Oh, yeah. And then we're gonna talk about set pieces, as well as a corner kicks. By that time, hopefully they'll be done. Maybe this is a bad idea, huh? Where? Yeah, let's go over there in the back. Come on. Yeah. Is that wet? No. Okay. Okay, so like I was saying, by the time we get done, hopefully they'll be done as well, and we're gonna work on corner kicks, defensively and attacking. I'm probably gonna spend more time defending than attacking, because we're only gonna go out, we're gonna go with like 3 plays. All right, so let's start off with being serious about what I gave you guys. Okay, so just like field players, they got their core concepts, as we do as well, because we're part of the team. We're going to have our own core values, which apply directly to goalkeepers. So who remembers, now looking at the book, what PRIDE stands for?
Personal, right?
Personal what?
Personal courage. Personal courage.
There's no courage anywhere. There's no C anywhere in PRIDE.
Oh, I thought you were adding on. I thought you just asked for what P stands for.
No. What does this stand for?
Personal responsibility. I wasn't in there. Something. Determination and effort. Was it effort?
You're all guessing. Did anybody honestly read this?
Yeah, I read it. I actually tried to memorize each letter because I had a feeling you were gonna ask too. There was no. But I also got to memorize all my school stuff, so there's a lot going on in here.
Personal responsibility in developing excellence. Personal responsibility in developing excellence. Okay?
Yeah, that's what
I think that's something that will serve you guys well, not just here, but also in anything you do in life. Unfortunately, including folks that are out of college, we just take things a bit too light. And even though we get, in some form of good habits and doing all the things we need to do, somewhere, somehow, we drop the line. And most people do not have a support system to get, they're kicked and get them, refocused. The people that find success, I don't care what you do. in school, in your soccer, in anything you do in life. Okay, postmaster, whatever you decide to do, it's up to you. Teachers, bosses, they're just tools. You got good tools, you got so tools, and you got bad tools. You should have the responsibility to choose the right tool. If you hang out with bad folks, chances are you're gonna get in trouble. If you hang out with quality people who want, what's best for you and them, and they like to achieve things, and they're always striving, chances are those habits are gonna, rub onto you. All right. Personally, I've always struggled with like being organized. Two of my biggest issues are being organized and being on time. And I know that's a weakness of mine. So when I ran a mortgage office, right, with 25 loan officers and about 13, 14 processors, which is like, processors are people that process loans in the office, okay? So I knew what my weaknesses were. So I delegated my weaknesses. So I had somebody always scheduling my schedule and always nudging me and make sure I was on time, okay? And because I was always late, that helped. And because I was always disorganized, I had my quote unquote, whatever you want to call it, secretary, administrative assistant. She ran everything for me. I made sure I paid somebody who was so good at her job that she made me look brilliant. When I ran I still do, my soccer business, I have a manager who's spectacular. She knows more than I do on the business. She's better than I. She's worth every dime. So the point I'm trying to make is, you got to find your weaknesses, right? You got to find your strengths, recognize them, deal with them, and find issues or find solutions to that. So if you're not good at something, find somebody who can help you. Okay? So I'm going to read the first passage, and then you guys are going to read each letter. And then we'll take turns reading the last. Again, to some people, by the way, everybody who trains with me gets this. So everybody gets this. And there's a lot of little things here that no matter what age you're in, I think it's going to benefit you guys. So please read it over and over again, because we're going to refer to this all season long. I'm telling you, by the end of the season, if you apply this to what you do, you're going to thank me. I'm not kidding. All right, so I'm going to start. Pride is the feeling that you have done your very best to achieve something. The results of a soccer game don't change by themselves. Very true statement. They change mainly because players have the confidence and courage to step up in the moment and take pride to make a play that changes the game. If you don't think that's a quality statement, I don't know what to tell you. The real pride comes from remembering all the hard work and effort you have put into the training in order to make that play. It is a tremendous feeling when you achieve a goal knowing that you gave your very best effort to make it possible. Your true rewards in life, soccer or school, will depend on the quality and amount of effort you're willing to put in it. Nothing great is easy. You can't buy a college degree or find a professional soccer contract at Walmart. There are no shortcuts to success. You need to put in the work and time to get the results. The only place you will find success before hard work is in the dictionary. I didn't write this. This is not my creation. But this represents me and what I believe and what I teach. So I have this. This is, it says right here, it's next gen methodology. Okay? I have sent students there. My daughter went through that school. Okay? I love it. I recommend it. You guys got it? Start with P. Go. Yeah.
Like by myself?
Yeah. To the other three.
Personal courage. If it's to be, it's up to me. You create your own future by the decisions you make. Don't make the mistake of relying on coaches, teachers, or parents to get where you want to go. Remember, nothing works unless you do. Set high standards of performance for yourself, whether it's how you dress, how you comb your hair, how you do your homework, or how you play soccer. Don't be sloppy. Instead, take personal pride in your performance. Don't be afraid to be different. If you show up at training and every other kid is shooting that goal, do the right thing by stretching and working with the ball. It's up to you.
Obviously, a couple of those, things, apply to the younger age group, right? But let's be honest. Does any of this apply to you?
Yeah.
How? Which part did it apply to you yesterday?
Don't be sloppy.
You think? Okay. Also, as you guys are reading this, start exercising and practicing your vocal skills. You guys are going to be forced to give some presentations in school. You too. Yeah. Okay. Public speaking is the #1 fear.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? You got to be a public speaker in order to control a defense. So as a goalkeeper, you have to be able to articulate yourself clearly, concisely, and quick. You don't have time to give a whole sentence. You got to be quick about it because the moment of the game is gone. All right? So start practicing your vocal skills. It's only the 5 of us. I'm telling you guys, you're going to hate me towards the end of the season or you're going to love me. That's the bottom line. Right, Ash?
Yep.
Ash hates me.
That's a lie.
Okay? I'm here to support you guys, and believe me, I don't do this, obviously, for the salary. I do this because I really, really enjoy, sharing my life experience, especially when it comes to goalkeeping with keepers, okay? So sloppiness, 100%. I don't know what happened to you guys yesterday. You guys, by the way, the coach just said, man, you guys were killing you yesterday. They were all watching because you guys put a lot of work in that first hour. You guys put a lot of work. What happened in the second half hour? Don't know. Look, we all have days where we just don't feel like going. We just don't feel we have our best. Blah, 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 blah. You need to come together and push each other. There is no second chances. 4 years go by like this. You're a freshman one day, you wake up the next day, you're a senior ready to graduate. You're like, damn, I wish I'd try harder because I could have done blah, 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 blah. Okay? Every training session, that's why I keep saying 100%, all out, urgency. Every rep counts, every pass counts. Go all out. You need to get that mentality. Okay? Was a goalkeeper here not too long ago. She was a beast because of her mental attitude. She broke her finger in warm-ups one game. So the other keeper stepped in and played that game. You know what happened the next day? Did you hear what she said? She was at training. The goalkeeper who broke her finger with a splinter could hardly put her gloves on. She could still play, by the way. The trainer, cleared her. Just put a splinter, fingers, no big deal, right? Okay. You know what she said? I said, I'm not going to name her name. I said, what are you doing here? She said, I'm not losing my spot. Injuries in my book are not allowed to lose a spot. But if somebody steps in and kills it and outperforms the previous person, well, now you start putting thoughts into a coach's head. Does that make sense? Okay, guys, go.
As far as for responsibility, the game depends. The player responds.
What did you say?
Demands.
Start all over again. I have a little problem hearing. It must be my accent because I'm an immigrant. Okay, so please do me a favor and read it like you mean it. Make me understand what you're saying.
All right. R is for responsibility. The game demands, the player responds. Don't make excuses for yourself. Take responsibility for your actions. The first place to look when things go wrong isn't other people. It's looking in the mirror at yourself. It's your choice off the field. If you choose to do something you know is wrong, then you choose to pay the consequences. Be responsible and think before you act. Ask yourself, is it worth it? A person who is responsible is someone you can rely on. If you keep making good decisions and doing the right thing, then eventually you will be able to take pride in the fact that others will look at you and say, you can rely on him or her. They will never let you down.
That's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. Hey, let me ask you a question, T. Have you thought about what you want to accomplish while you're here, aside from academics? You haven't thought about it yet? Have you thought about what you're going to accomplish academically?
Become a nurse.
That's a long-term goal, right?
Yeah.
Can you accomplish that goal without having short-term goals?
No.
Okay. You can say, hey, I want to be a professional soccer player. Okay, that's a great goal. What are you going to do to make that goal, that long-term goal? Have you thought about what you're going to accomplish here while you're here?
No.
Not yet? Academically or athletically? I know, I'm just throwing you some questions, huh? Have you? You're in your third year, I hope so.
Yeah.
What's your goals?
So just this semester, right now, short-term goal is passing Anatomy 2. Long-term is graduating and getting into grad school. And soccer-wise, I want to get one of the Defensive Player of the Week or month or something like that.
I like that goal. I like all 3 goals, actually. Okay, have you?
Kind of, sort of.
Okay, kind of short with us.
All right. Long term, obviously join the military, become an officer, lead people. I want people to remember who I was or who I am. Like when I graduate college, I want people to remember me for like what I did on and off the field.
So you're going to be remembered as an athlete as well as a...
ROTC and academics.
Okay, I like that
I
goal.
want my name to be like known.
Are you serious about that?
Yeah.
That's a very nice goal. I like that goal. That's
I don't want to be like just like another statistic.
really,
Like I want to be like
Sam.
Sam Coon.
Really,
Yeah.
Sam. You just made my eyes get bigger than. See, I didn't know about that about you. I'm glad to hear that goal. That's an excellent goal. I love it. Love it. So here's something else, by the way. Okay, Ashton has done a couple of calls with me because I'm always looking to educate whoever I can, especially the folks that are coming behind you guys. Okay? And one of the things I told Sam Ashton is that, actually you might have been on that call too.
She's on the second one.
Was it the second one? I like mentors. I'm always looking for mentors in what I do. You know, if I decide I want to do something new other than soccer, other than coaching, other than running a business, my mentality is, instead of me going out and, kind of reinvent the wheel and start from scratch, you know what I mean? Trying to create how they used to light fire. I want to find somebody who knows how to create fire and have him mentor me and teach me how to light fire, right? So I like to see players that, what you said, be a leader and mentor others. And that mentor doesn't have to be older, right? It could be a couple of months older than you guys. Somebody like, you're a freshman, right? Even a freshman actually not a freshman, a sophomore going, into her second year, that close, could be a mentor because she's already ahead of you only by like a year. It doesn't have to be somebody old who's done all these great things. So you guys can mentor the next person who comes in, if that makes sense, okay? So leadership, that part is a big part of goalkeeping. Like it or not, the position is a leadership position. Okay? Every time you guys step on the field, you must lead. But before you lead, you gotta be able to follow. I told you this already. I didn't make that story up, by the way. My dad was a professional military guy. He retired as a full colonel. I went in the military because of my college background and because of, again, I wasn't born here. So if I wanted to go back to Greece, I had to go to the military. So I didn't go a lot. I didn't go for a long time. I went for 6 months. But had I not been here, living here, I would have definitely been in the military because the structure and what they taught me, okay, was phenomenal. Again, I went through boot camp. I went through two boot camps as a cadet and then as a candidate officer because I had college education. So I went through 2 boot camps. I got my, butt kicked twice. Okay, but that was good enough for me to realize I was like, there's a lot of lessons here. There's a lot of bad things that that don't make any sense, but there's a lot of good things. So how do you become a leader? You're on the soccer field. How are you going to become a leader? How are you going to lead your team?
Talk to others.
Gotta be more convincing than that, because I'm not following you anywhere. You gotta convince me to follow you.
Initiative.
Okay. How are you going to take control of a team?
Have a voice. Like, don't like be like, oh, do this. Like, tell them.
Own your position, I guess.
Huh?
Own your position.
On your position. I like that. On your position. How are you going to own your position?
By making it known that the 18 is like your area.
Domain.
Yeah.
You're the king of that castle. Good thought. Like that. Okay. T?
I would just say, have them respect you for what you do.
Oh, I like that. How are they going to respect you?
Show respect and give respect.
Show respect and give respect.
You have respect for them and they'll have respect for you.
How are you going to respect them?
Point out what they do that's good, that helps the team.
Cool. How are they going to respect you? How are you going to make them respect you? You don't know? Think about it. What can you possibly... Listen, you already earned... I hate to break the news to you, but you already got some respect this past Saturday. Do you know how? Now, I mean, you got some respect for me, from the coaches, but you got some respect from your teammates. You know how?
Walking,
Give me something better than that. It's too general.
You're aggressive.
taking over the 18. Trusting them that they can pass it to my feet and I'll get it back up.
All three things that you said are absolutely correct. Especially the way you dominated in that moment that you came out. Okay, a couple of times you came out in the 18 and you took control. You didn't come out like, lukewarm. You came out dominantly, like nobody's messing with me. That was the message you just put out on your teammates as well as the other team. Okay? That's what earned your respect. I'm telling you. You can go ask them if you don't believe me. And I don't even have to ask them because I saw how they reacted to you after the game. They came up to you, they celebrate with you, this, that. Did you notice that? Okay? That's how you earn respect. Talk is cheap. There's a lot of players, there's a lot of goalkeepers that can talk a good game. Can you back it up? You want to make a coach's job easy? Shut him up. Force him to never have to take you off the field. That's what I tell everybody. Lead by example. Okay? Look. Every so often, when we have a bad training and this and that, I say this half jokingly, but also seriously. I drive over an hour and a half, minimum, sometimes 3 hours in the traffic when I get stuck, right? To be here to train with you guys. Okay? And once again, that shows my commitment to coming here. You can say, well, you're getting paid to drive 3 hours. Yeah, go and ask what the pay is. And then you can kind of think about it, okay? There's coaches, by the way, that are volunteers that do the same thing as I do. Soccer coaching is done out of the love of the game and commitment to be able to teach. It's not done for the money, believe me. Not unless you start coaching MLS or high levels, okay? That's a different story. But at the grassroots, at the college level, most coaches do not make a lot of money. So they do it because they love to teach, they love to, educate, and love to the game of soccer. Good? Okay. Second thing besides that is third thing, third. D, go.
D is developing. It's not where you start that matters, it's where you finish that counts. A journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. Success is a journey, not a destination. Sometimes a task looks too big to achieve. However, if you break it down into smaller tasks, eventually you will be able to do it. Don't be afraid if a goal looks too big. Just have faith and take the most difficult step, the first step. Example, struggling with your weak foot. If you set a goal to be able to juggle 35 times with your week foot within 1 week, it may seem too hard at first, However, if you can do 5 on the first day, and if you break it down into 30 days, all you need to do is improve by 1 every day to reach the seemingly impossible goal. Remember the P.R.I.D.E slogan, impossible is nothing. Believe in yourself and work as hard as you can to improve.
By the way, that's Adidas slogan.
Adidas.
Yep.
Oh.
And one of our goals is going to be for all of us, some more than others, to develop our verbal communication. Because if you were addressing a team that way, they all fell asleep. Okay? It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Okay? Believe me, from coaching years and years and years, one of the reasons why I'm loud, a couple of reasons why I'm loud, I was, as a younger person, I was not outgoing. I was pretty shy, you know? So I basically, when I played soccer or when I went out, I got loud on purpose. Because I felt like if I get loud, people would pay attention to me and I would kind of, cover my shyness, you know? When I started coaching, you can't just do your read the way you just did it because players are tuning out. It's hard enough to talk to players and have them listen to you. That, they're tuning out. Not only that, you need to command attention. So on the soccer field, if I say to you, here, Nicole, touch. You gotta help Nicole. You're not gonna pass me the ball. First of all, you can't hear me, or you're not gonna understand me. But if I say, Nicole, here, right away, you're like, oh, okay. He wants the ball, okay? Remember the old saying, if you haven't heard it, good players ask for the ball. Great players demand the ball. Same thing with keepers, okay? So one of the goals for you this year is going to be by the end of the season, you're going to be able to read that passage like you mean it. So you can keep my attention and I don't fall asleep, okay? But one of the things that was mentioned on your passage was what? Little goals, right? That's what Sam was talking about. That's what T was talking about. That's what Aston was talking about. It's great. I want to be a nurse. Okay, fantastic. Let's come out with a set of small goals. I want to break a world record and run, the 100 meters in 7 seconds. Okay, well, right now you haven't even run the 100. So how about we start with a real goal and get you through the first race? You know what I mean? Okay? Good? T, go. Man, there's bugs everywhere. Go.
Be excited at something.
Did you just not hear what I said? Because I know you were looking at me. Go.
Being excellent at something means to reach the highest level of performance. The key is being true.
Yeah, I can't hear nothing, and yeah. Speak up, girl.
How to do something as well as you are capable of doing it, as well again and again. So consider it well to become second nature to you. In order to excel at something, you must make sacrifices. Most things in life come with a price, and excellence is no different. You have to work hard and work smart in order to achieve your goals. Decide what it is that you want most to invest the time into that activity. Studies have shown that the most important ways to achieve excellent performance is anything, whether it being sports, school, music, or practice. Excellent is not a something you don't do what the right one. You don't do what is right once
In a while.
but all
The time. Okay? It's not something that you do as a hobby. It's got to become part of you. Okay? In everything that you do. So that one was very bland. Monotone, that's the word. Okay? We want to establish stereo here. So once again, one of our goals for you as well, by the end of the season, we're going to read these passages with passion, like we mean it, so our teammates can communicate with us. Okay? Again, everything, a lot of this, not everything, everything in that little book that you got there relates to stuff that you're going to do. So this took a little bit longer than I thought, so we'll leave the last part for our next session. before we get on the field, one thing I want to remind you guys and explain to you guys. When you do the evaluations of the games, I want details. All 4 of you guys gave answers, but they're kind of vague. I want specifics. Oh, well, I think I play good. No, why? I want specifics. I did this when I should have done that. I did this, which was very good, and here's why it was good. I want specifics. Instead of you guys giving me like 10 different things or 10 different sentences, I'd rather have 2, 3 and dig into detail. You got to start looking within yourselves and do honest self-evaluation. General answers are for politicians. Okay? I want specifics. Hey, on that play where I went out and, on 1v1 and, the play got around me, I hesitated. And the reason why I hesitated is because I wasn't in a good standing position. I could not see the ball. By the time I saw the ball and reacted and do pop, beep, pop, pop, specifics, you're breaking it down. Okay? It's like the goals. You going to become a nurse? Okay. Let's do some goals. One goal might be take bio. Second goal is I gotta take bio, but I gotta take it this time because it's gotta fit between these classes. Third goal is I need the right tools to go to bio lab. You're really digging in now. What's your personal goal? You start digging really in. Same thing with your self-evaluation. You gotta start digging in. Okay? Think about it. Look, I know you got 5 minutes in your time to do this. I'm not pressuring you guys. But what's gonna happen is our schedule is gonna have 2-3 games per week. And I want those evaluations. And these evaluations better start digging deep and getting better. So start thinking right away. In fact, I would recommend, if we're on a bus, take the thing out and write it there because it's fresh. If we're playing home, go back, whatever, write out, get out of the way. Say, hey, Coach Nico, you know what pain he is? Let me just get it done. But it's also fresh in your memory. You know what I mean? And it'll become a good habit for you guys. Okay, let's go.